From the potting shed, everybody. Sunday morning, and it's Mum's birthday next month, and I was at the garden centre with my daughters yesterday. I came across this lovely Acer. It's a compact one, so it's not going to get too big. It's called Shaina, red compact. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pot it up, and I bought a nice pot to put it in. So this is the pot, and if you can see at the bottom there's like a chamber, and I've put some coarse gravel in there and then some potting grit on top. So that's the coarse gravel there. Okay, put that in the bottom, and then the potting grit is what you'd make cacti mixes with. I'll put that on top, and that'll just aid with drainage. And also I don't want the roots to go through the bottom there, otherwise when the plant does need repotting, it's going to be really difficult to get it out of the pot. Anyway, we've got a slightly different camera angle because the plant is quite big, so you're sort of looking over my shoulder doing this today. Okay, so we have some compost. I've put some slow release fertiliser in, and I'm just going to give that a bit of a mix in and break up the lumps. Okay. I am going to put a little bit of perlite in there as well. And this just helps to open the soil up a bit, and it also helps to trap nutrients, so when you water it drains a bit better and it holds on to the nutrients, so you're not leaching all the good food out of there. This is still quite lumpy, so giving it a good break up. By putting slow release fertiliser in, it just means that you're not worrying about it, at least not for a couple of months. And then you can always liquid feed or top dress with a bit of fertiliser later in the season. Okay, so done my mix. What I'm going to do next is get a bit of compost in that pot on top of the potting grit, the more coarse gravel, and I'm just going to top it up. Okay, so I'm just adding soil, a bit dark, I hope you can see. Just adding the compost, and what you can do is you can test the depth, and I don't want to fill this right up to the top, I don't want it up here, so maybe another handful. Okay, make sure it's level and pop it in. I'm going to leave a bit of a gap at the top, maybe an inch or two, and then I can put some nice ornamental gravel in there just to finish it off a little bit higher. The thing with doing things like this is enjoy it, take your time. You know, Acers are quite expensive, so take your time, do a good job. Alrighty, that's not looking too bad. So same as the potting demonstration I did ages ago, all I'm going to do is leave the Acer in the pot and just fill around the edge. Make sure it's central. Okay. And then just fill with compost all the way around up to the height of the pot. Bearing in mind this is going to be quite heavy when you lift it off, so you've got to be careful. Okay, so all the way around. All the way around. Don't be frightened of just moving that pot if you need to, if it's sunk a bit on one side. Just make sure it's staying central. Three taps. And you can see it's sunk down a little bit, so we can top up again. Just up to the top of the pot there. It's still lower than the big pot. I'm going to leave about an inch. Okay. Carefully lift out your Acer, and you have got a perfect hole, the right size to take it out of this pot and drop it into there. Okay, it's a nice little trick. When I used to teach the students, special needs students, this was a great trick for them because they got a perfect hole in the middle every time. It all also taught them the functional skills. Right, all I'm doing now, I've got the root ball, which is this part of the Acer here. I'm just going to start teasing those roots out a little bit. It's actually a very nice tree, this. The roots haven't gone round too much. Sometimes if they've been in a pot for a very long time, the roots are going around in circles, and what we want to do is encourage them to sort of spread out and grow. Right, I'm just going to drop that in. Look at that. Absolutely perfect. It's dead centre in the hole. I'm just going to smooth that compost around, and then carefully just make sure it's stood nice and straight. If you do need to alter it a bit, because it's going to be in this pot for a long time, if you do need to alter it, do it before it gets settled. I'm using my striking board from one of the previous videos just to go around the edge and just to firm that soil in, that compost. Okay, we want it to be nicely well anchored. We want this plant to be happy. It's my mum's birthday, so it's got to be right. All right, okay, it's looking quite happy. There we go, just to finish this off. You guys have probably guessed by now, I really like cacti and succulents. Well, I've got some nice ornamental gravel here. It's like a pinky colour. I thought it would go well with the pot. And I'm just going to top dress. Just going to top dress the top of the pot, and that'll just finish it off. Okay, you probably want about an inch of top dressing on there. Look at that. If I'd had the money, I'd have bought 2 of these and bonsai'd one for myself and given the other one to Mum. Unfortunately, times are a bit tricky at the minute, so just 1 tree for Mum. A nice pot. I'll give that a wipe over, and I think she'll really like that. I'll just show you a bit closer. So the pink gravel, tree fairly central. It wasn't central in the pot that it came out of, so we've done our best with it. And this will go a brilliant red colour in the autumn. It's called Red Compact. Shaina is the variety. And I hope you liked the video. If you did, please hit like and subscribe to the channel if you like the stuff I do. Enjoy your weekend, and I will hopefully see you all soon. Bye now.